my family comes from a family that makes things. One of my great-grandfathers built all the rail up in Montana. My other great-grandfather owned the rail system, the San Diego transit system. My father was an architect in San Francisco, had a huge firm there. We like to make things, you know, and that's sort of a lost art in the United States, unless you're talking about weapons. But I think bike routes, I mean, I want to do this thing where it's like elevated bike route. It's like a freeway that goes through town, and then you cover it over, and it's one way, you know, another coverage, and you create your own tailwind, is what happens. And then the way you vent it and everything, you make it so you've actually got a little bit of a tailwind. And if you have, like, you know, a 10-mile-an-hour tailwind, oh man, you go 20 miles an hour really easily. And at that type of speed, and in something where you don't really have to stop, that's going to be the fastest transit in town. You know, and I feel we can build this stuff. And you think about an elevated piece, it's not going to make noise, it's not going to pollute. I'm going to do this, and I think it's going to happen first from business to business. I mean, you take Apple's got their new campus. Their old campus is 1 1/4 mile away. Now, what are you talking about here? You go outside of security, you go out, you find your car in a parking lot, you take your car, drive that 1 1/4 miles, then you got to go find another parking space, walk back there, go through security, and get back into the office, the other campus. Hey, if I got this elevated bikeway that's totally sealed, it goes from secure area to secure area, and it'll take, you know, 1/5 the time to go from one building to the other. And I think first I'll get this done by a business, you know, before our government, or it might be another country. It might be China that must pick up on this, but we've been doing renderings and drawings and things like that. Proposals like, okay, do you realize the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco? In 1964, they had drawings that they were going to put a 4-lane highway underneath the upper deck. And then in 68, they had a proposal to put BART, the Bay Area Rapid Trains, underneath there too. There's all that space down there. So I want to do this bike route, this bike tubes down there. I want to have a transparent floor so you can see underneath you. I want to have a really cool restaurant in the middle of the bridge. And up the towers, I want to have a couple of cocktail lounges. It's called value added. Right now, it's a terrible situation on the bridge for a bicycle. We share a sidewalk lane with the tourists. And the tourists are like, hey, this is ghetto. Why don't you guys, you bike riders, have your own lane? How come you're trying to compete with us? They're taking photos and doing things. And those tourists are value to us, you know, and I don't want to upset the tourists. I mean, running into a tourist like that, and you're on your road bike or something like that, is just flat out wrong. And the cyclists now, I mean, the bridge, oh, they charge an automobile, you know, $5 to go across, and they were proposing charging the cyclists $1, and we're all like, forget about it. And it's because there's no value to it. But if you had this tube thing underneath that was really cool, I mean, transparent, you could see the water, I mean, it's nuts. We're going to attract people from all over the world. We'll be able to charge them $1 easily because we've added the value to it.